Take It All Away is the first track off of the EP, and I wanted to share a little bit of the story behind it. So for the first week after Erik's surgery, we were staying in the ICU at UF Shands, and what I remember most about that experience is how disorienting an ICU is. I had never been in one before. There's no real concept of like day or time. Erik couldn't eat or drink, and I was like so nauseous that, we had family like bringing me food and trying to remind me to eat. But my point being is, you're just trying to get through. Sometimes just a couple minutes, sometimes an afternoon, sometimes an overnight, just praying for it to get better, for him to, daily just see some sort of progress. And I remember thinking in that time, what I would give to just take him home, for us to just walk out of here, to get him back to himself, to get him to be okay enough to go home, and for us to live our life. And just thinking, you can take anything. I'll give you anything. You can take it all. I just want to hold his hand and walk out of that hospital and go home. And we're so blessed that that was the case for us. We got discharged on Christmas Eve, which is another story for another time. But that's what I wrote Take It All Away about. Just really having this reality check of being in a situation that feels so foreign and feels so unlike anything else, any of the normalcies you have in life, and for none of it to matter, to really see what matters.
The second song on the EP is called I've Been Thinking, and I wrote this song right before my surgery, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the surgery. And I just remember thinking that I wanted to give Giselle a song that she could have that could maybe comfort her while I was in surgery. Because this song really is about dealing with life and death in a way that I don't really think anybody really understands what that means, especially someone our age. And I just remember thinking I needed to get this song out so that Giselle would be okay, so that while I was in surgery, she could have something. But I also remember thinking that I needed to give this song to her because if I didn't make it through the surgery for some reason, then she would have something to remember me by. So in that sense, it's kind of a heavy song. I wanted to give her something that would comfort her, and that was the only way that I really knew how to do it, was to write a song. So I hope that this song can help other people too, because dealing with life and death is something that's really, really difficult. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to deal with it, but this song is really an example of us trying to get through that. And I hope that this song can show other people that even though going through something like this, like open heart surgery, can seem very isolating, I hope that this song can prove, and that our EP can show, that you're not alone.
The third song on the EP is called Heal, and I have a very special place in my heart for this song. I wrote this song toward the end of Erik's recovery. We had been home for a couple months at that point, and kind of day by day, and as the weeks went on, you could start to see the signs that he was healing, he was getting better. Not only was his body healing, but he was becoming Erik again. He was being himself again. And that was just, everything we could have hoped for. And kind of at this point, I had realized how just kind of tunnel visioned I'd become on helping him get to that point, because it was a long road. And now that I had, a little bit of headspace to, I don't know, come back to reality, it was the first time I had kind of looked at myself and thought about what had happened, and just kind of admitted how traumatized I was by everything that had happened. And I remember one of the things we'd like say in the hospital to each other, he'd bless his heart, he'd be like, are you okay? And I'm like, Erik, if you're good, I'm good. If you're good, I'm good. We're team. And now kind of at this point on the other side of the recovery, I could see he was healing. It was visible. It was visible that he was healing. And I wasn't good. I was not okay. I was so traumatized, and I felt so guilty that I wasn't okay, because I wasn't the person who had open heart surgery. I wasn't the patient. I was the caregiver. And I just remember feeling so guilty that I could see he was healing and I wasn't. So I wrote this song to kind of kickstart that process for myself, admitting that I needed to heal too, and I needed to do something about it. So I hope this song reaches other caregivers and other families and helps them through whatever their experience looks like, because this is something that I struggled with then, and I still work through now.
The fourth song on the EP is called Life's Peace, and I wrote this song in reaction to my heart surgery. I actually remember going on a long walk by myself, and I was humming a simple melody in my head, and I was jotting down some lyrics on my phone, and I came out with the song Life's Peace after the walk. I remember on the walk, I was thinking that I was really happy that I could go on a walk. I mean, this was after the surgery, after the healing process, and I could get up by myself and I could go on a walk, and it was just nice to be alone and do that. But I also remember being sad, and I was trying to pinpoint what that sadness was coming from. And Life's Peace is ultimately my attempt to try and explain that. It's kind of this idea that I had lost something from within me that I had, and that I no longer had. And this idea is kind of the idea of life's peace, of like inner peace, of just being okay with being. And I think it's a really hard thing to explain, which is ultimately why I put it into a song, Life's Peace. But I also think it's kind of a universal thing that a lot of people feel, this feeling that there is a certain inner peace out there in life, and we're all kind of trying to search for that. And this was my attempt to say, there is peace out there, and that I used to have it, and that maybe right now in my life I don't necessarily feel that way, and that's okay. But this song also shows that I'm still trying to search for this life's peace, and I hope that this song can remind you to keep searching for life's peace.